Whichever path you take away from these ivied halls, however you choose to engage or get involved, one thing is certain. Each of you is going to have to navigate the traps and temptations that lie ahead as you enter the real world. There's an incredible amount of pressure in your generation to succeed. You might notice that you start slipping into a bubble that validates certain choices, that prioritizes the social trappings of success rather than really making a difference. Take this job, live in this place, hang out with people just like you, take no real risks, and have no real impact. Don't just accept what others view as the right choice for you. Instead, choose what you feel is the right choice, based on what's important to you. My dad used to have an expression, Joey, it's a lucky person who wakes up in the morning, puts both feet on the floor, knows what they're about to do, and thinks it still matters. I'll bet if you look around this convocation, there's a lot of very successful people here. If they told you the truth, they wonder whether what they do still matters. There's no silver bullet, no reductive list for you to follow as you go into the world. A good life filled with purpose results from accumulation of 1,000 little things. I've met hundreds of successful people in the course of my career. I've met every major world leader in the last 42 years because of the nature of my job. And I've made some basic observations about those who manage to find success and happiness, those who find purpose and fulfillment. I mean this sincerely. First, those who find success and happiness understand that a good life is about being personal. It's about being engaged. It's about being there for a friend or a colleague when they're injured in an accident. It's about being available as they're going through some serious personal loss or failure. It's about being personal. Resist the temptation to let network be a verb that saps the personal away, that blinds you to the person right in front of you, their hopes, their fears, their burdens. Resist the temptation to ascribe motive to someone's actions because you really don't know their motive, and it only gets in the way of ever reaching a consensus or making progress. Build real relations, even with people with whom you vehemently disagree. You'll not only be happier, I guarantee you'll be more successful. The second thing is, remember that although no one is better than you, everyone's your equal and deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. I've worked with 8 presidents, hundreds of senators, met most leaders, as I said, had scores of talented people from every great institution in this country and abroad work for me. And here's what I observed. Regardless of their academic or social backgrounds, those who had the most success and were most respected, and therefore got the most done, were the ones who never confused academic credentials or social sophistication with gravitas or judgment. And I have no doubt that each of you is going to be very, very successful. And personal ambition is important. It's an incredible motivator. No one has ever accused me of being unambitious. But ambition without perspective is a killer when reality intrudes. And it will intrude. You're going to face your own crises. Your parents have faced worse crises. Many of you have already faced worse crises. The truth is, you all go through something difficult. You'll wrestle with the kinds of choices every day. And as you do, it helps a great deal if you resist the temptation to rationalize. And don't forget the things that don't come with this degree. What doesn't come with this degree is the heart to distinguish between what's meaningful and what's fleeting, and the head to know the difference between knowledge and judgment. Remember the neighborhood you came from. Remember those who didn't have the same chance you had or the same ability you had. Their instincts, their dignity. Remember, they are still capable of doing extraordinary things as well, if given half a chance. It matters. It matters. It's possible to be both happy and successful. And it's possible to find balance between ambition and your family. But you have to resist the temptation to rationalize. I'm so very optimistic about your generation. We're also facing new challenges going to require your generation to break new ground. Climate change, cyber rules, norms, threat of pandemic diseases. Each generation is asked to earn anew the mantle of leadership of our nation, to define our place in the world. I know you're going to rise to meet these challenges, and I have no doubt you will, because you must. Thank you for having me. God bless you all.